Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about the best defending strategies in Call of Duty Heroes. There are a lot of small tips, so I will just go through these in no particular order. The first thing you want to do is level up your walls. It makes it a lot more difficult for someone to get to your buildings and destroy your base if you have walls that are really high leveled. Walls slow down your enemies and make it take longer for them to reach your buildings, so your turrets get more chances to shoot at them. The next thing is to create lanes where you can stack up enemies. This is important because once you have these lanes, you can concentrate your fire on the enemies as they come into your base, and you can also put mines in these high traffic areas and deal a lot of damage to units. You want to keep your turrets close enough so that they can defend each other, but not so close that they can be quickly taken out with a chopper gunner. You also want to have a good mixture of defenses and not just one type of turret, otherwise your base will be weaker to certain units, and that's not a good thing. So in particular right here I'm thinking of SAM turrets, because you don't want people to just be able to take those out and then use dragon fires to destroy your base, as I mentioned in my attacking video. So one of the things you can do to help prevent that is to just simply upgrade your SAM turrets. That makes them have more health points or hit points, so they're harder to take out with a chopper gunner. So another thing that I discovered the hard way is that it's better to keep your base in the middle of the building zone. If you build your base in the corner, I thought this was a great idea when the game first came out. I thought I could just build my base in the corner and then I would only have to use, I would only have to wall off two sides of my base. But apparently people can deploy in the area behind the corners. So if you put your base in the corner, you still have to wall off the area that's in the corner. So in that sense, it doesn't really work quite as well. Keeping your base in the middle of the building area also gives yourself more room to expand when you level things up and gain new buildings to build. So going back to earlier, do not group all of your SAM turrets in the same area. This is very important. Spread them out within your base because that makes it more difficult for someone to take out more than one of them in one single pass with the chopper gunner. And you really want to make them waste as many points as possible every time they have to use it. So compartmentalizing defenses can also be effective. Putting sort of squares and blocks of walls around each single turret in certain areas or each single building can be effective, although you only have so much wall to use, so you have to pick your spots carefully. An obvious tip, I think, is to keep your resource storage buildings near the center of your base so they take longer to reach and are harder to reach, because some people will just pick them off and take your resources if you leave them near the outside walls or near the edge, and they won't even go for a win. They'll just pick off your storage facility bases and take the resources, and I've done this before, so I know it works pretty well. Using extra buildings that don't serve any purpose to block deployment areas can be really effective. Some troops can't deploy in areas where buildings are, obviously. It's not always clear exactly which paths they can get through and which they can't, but blocking these can make it more difficult for the attacking person to find a good route into your base, and it gives them more time to be shot at. So it's worth a shot if you have buildings that are just sitting around and would otherwise be outside of your defenses. Oftentimes, simple setups are fine with your base. Having a fancy base design doesn't always mean that it works better. It just looks more complicated. For PvP defending, you need to make sure that you only fit critical infrastructure and buildings inside your walls. So like storage facilities and things like your command center, mining buildings. Things you don't need inside would be like deployment yards, your alliance center, things like that. So thanks for watching and have a great day.